Hey guys, it's Sharon of Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right in with this adorable Scrapbuster project. I'm smitten. I'm smitten. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can kind of see. It is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and it is so stinking cute. I can't even. So these are actually all scraps. I'll show you what I was using. I had done the advent calendars, and I had these strips. You can see they're the ones that still have the hole in them. So I have these strips, and I was trying to think, what am I going to do with these? They are the perfect size for these little guys. Let me walk you through one. So you got a cover. Inside, you have places for 2x2 pictures. And you can put pictures over here too. You have a place for, I will be putting I'll be putting tags in these. So I just alternated. Aren't these cute? I just did an alternate. So you've got a place for pockets, a place you can put pictures. You could do journaling on the inside of these if you wanted to instead of pictures, and put your pictures on the outside. I just love seeing the paper because I love the paper. And then these are not pockets, although maybe I'll do some of the future ones. This uses, this is all scraps. These were leftover pieces, these little 4x4s. I didn't know how I was going to use them. Well, now I know. I guess I can't say they were all scraps. This top one, this is a little cut apart. And they are little. These came from, I think I used up the front. But from one of the paper pads like this, but it's not this one. It's, well, shooba-dooba. I don't know what I did with the other one. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, it came from that pad. I think I cut up the paper pad I was using it. So cute. It's so stinking cute. And so these pieces on the inside, if you've been watching me, you know that I've been making bigger ones, 5 by 5.5 by 5.5. Really loving doing those. And, but I have extra pieces left over. So I have, I'll show you what I have. I have this size left over, which is giving me 3 by 3 little books, which could work, but they don't work with the scraps that I had. And then I had these little pieces, which are they're about 3 by 5. And I was turning these in, and I will still turn more of them into like, if my brain would only not fail me, bookmarks. I was turning these into bookmarks, which is also a great use for them. But what I discovered was I can fold these over, and that's going to give me a 2.5, and then I just cut the other one down by 1/2 inch. And I get these little pieces in here. I'm just loving it. I love that little guy. What I'm going to do is tie a ribbon here so that this little thing can be hung from a tree. I think it's the perfect little ornament size. I just think it's so cute. All right. I'm also using these scraps, these chipboard scraps. I might have to pull back a little bit. I have this bag just full of chipboard scraps. When you cut something down and you're doing a 12 by 12, and you always end up with these extra pieces, and some of them are different. They're all different sizes, and some of them are from different weights of chipboard. So I just put them all in here and see if what I can use. And that's where I got this. That's where I got the chipboard for the front and back of that. So let's dive in, and I'm going to show you what I did. And, what I love about this is that for these 8.5 by 11 sheets, I am getting the 5 by 5. I'm going to get 3 by 3, and I'm getting 2.5 by 2.5, and bookmarks if I want. And all of that means that I have very little waste on these, which is hilarious because I thought I was going to waste the whole thing. So let's see, what should I do first? So these, I could score them. I didn't score the last ones because I was creating. I was basically developing the concept. But in these, I'm going to go ahead and score at... Oh, whoa, that did not work at all. I'm not sure I can score these. This is so thick. It is super hard to score. So I'm going to put my scoreboard away and do what I did with the last one. I see why. I think I see why I decided not to do it that way in the past. So I'm going to turn it over and just make sure I get it as close as possible. If one edge is wonky, that's okay because I'm going to have to cut an edge off anyway. So I only used, did I use 5 or 6? I have to look now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I used 5. I thought so. So again, I'm just going to get this, as straight as I can get it. I have a craft fair this weekend. I'm hoping for a good one. So don't forget, it is at Granville, Granville South High School, Saturday, November 22nd. There's going to be all sorts of great vendors. I don't think that there's an admission fee. There might be, but I think it's minimal. When we went last year, we really met some absolutely amazing vendors, which was super cool. So, I'm excited about the possibility, but I'm always excited about the possibility. Unfortunately, at craft fairs lately, those possibilities just don't pan out to be something. So, okay. Right now, these are 2.5 by 3. So I'm going to cut them down because I really like that nice little square size. So these are going to be 2.5 by 2.5. I'm just going to grab my little handy dandy little guy here, and I am going to measure this one over to, make sure I like that size. I want the size that really is the side that really is the straightest. There we go. And this is pretty much all the waste I'm going to get out of those papers, and I could keep it, but I'm not, because that becomes crazy and way too much for me to hold on to. So, so those little offcuts, I am actually just going to get rid of them. Okay. Do it this way. Let me do it this way to make sure I have the best. Yeah, that's the best. That gives me the best straight edge to use. Oh, that one. And guys, these go together so fast. Because I already have, so many smaller pieces. It kind of made it, oh my golly, this one's off a little bit. That'll drive me nuts, so I'm going to have to fix it. Right there and right there. Let me... Okay, there we go. That one. You should see what the sisters are doing. Oh my goodness. Polar Bear Sister has made these absolutely gorgeous advent calendars for her grandchildren. And Susan has just been making away. She's made so many things. She's doing watercolors too, which I've never been able to do watercolors. She's got some really beautiful watercolors and a new watercolor book she's created. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these are going to go open, pocket. So this will be closed, and then open, and then that one goes backwards as a pocket, and then open. So it's really just 2 pockets, and then the other one. So I'm going to put those aside for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and cut down my chipboard. For the chipboard, I'm going to grab the big Mama Llama. This guy. Get these things out of the way for a minute, because I want to be able to get over here with him. All right, so these are 2.5 by 2.5. I am going to make the covers 2 and, because or do I just want to do them 2.5 by 2.5? This is 2.5 by 2.5, and it really goes together nicely. But I feel like I've got a teeny tiny, no, it's big. No, I'm going to keep them 2.5 and 2.5. I just am. I like it. I think the size is right. It might bulge just a little bit. Sometimes you get that. Okay, so I'm going to have a bit of extra on this. So I want to cut this so I have the most extra, which is going to be that piece. But I'm keeping it. I don't know what I might use it for, but I'm going to keep it. And I get this one. And I'm so sorry that the table shakes so bad. Again, we are looking for a solution. I actually don't know if I want to keep those, because those could be spines. I don't know. Well, I'll throw them in my little bag and we'll see. Okay, so I have these 2 perfect little covers. And away that goes. I'm going to go ahead and cover these right away. I'm using some of the same paper that I used for this one. So I still have these papers to go through, because this whole book only used up a couple of these pieces. So I have several of these pieces still here. So I'm going to go ahead and use those up. And then I still have, what I do with them? What I do. I'll find them in a minute. I still have more of these little, I don't even know what size that is. Maybe it's a 1.5 by 1.5. So let me grab some paper. Okay, so I found these little ones. Let's measure these. These are 2 by 2. So they're, they're a great size for this. I'm going to look through these really quickly. Which one do I want to use next? I love the toy. I love them all, actually. They're just adorable. Look at that one. Okay, so when I think about what I want on the outside of these chipboard pieces, okay, I'm going to put those aside again. I'm going to bring you out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing with these. And I'm going to go ahead. I actually used red scraps for this one, for the other little one, but I don't think I have. Ooh, maybe I do. I just said I don't think I have, and I do. These are perfect. And again, they're scraps. I mean, this one, I'm actually not going to use this one, because this one's perfect for the 5.5 by 5.5. I'll keep looking. So I just found this big piece. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one to cover these small ones. And then I'll still have, more left over. It's going to feel like that. I'll give myself a little bit of room. I don't want these to be too teeny tiny. Because if they're too teeny tiny, it honestly does make some of the folding just a little bit more difficult. The fold over. So I'm just going to put it there. Now, to be fair, I say this goes together quick. Let's see what that actually means. But it's just so cute. Yeah, good enough. That is good enough. Okay, that's about an inch. That's an inch. So this one can go somewhere over here. Anybody getting ready to watch Stranger Things when it comes out on Thanksgiving? Oh my goodness. It's about an inch. And then that's about an inch. So we'll put this about here. My son and I love it. So I think I've told you all I'm going to be doing a Stranger Things junk journal for him, probably for Christmas. And so I've been trying to get like really good pieces in to use in it. Well, Captain Crunch did a Stranger Things cover. It's wonderful. And they were maybe on clearance or something. Or maybe it was like a twofer of the Captain Crunch. So I bought two because I have more than one Stranger Things little junk journal. What's really funny though is that we can't eat them. Captain Crunch has wheat in it. So little Brett and I, who are gluten-free, we can't eat them. But we decided that was okay. He did see them. He knows that I've got the Stranger Things little junk journal and that I'm going to make one someday. Definitely think someday's coming. Oh, that's close. It'll be okay. I just wish that I hadn't cut it that tight. That would have been better. But, see, that's what I get for talking. That's why we tell kids not to talk in class, because you can't listen. Or at least you can't listen to yourself think. So really, again, this just is so nice and fast. Now, I did break the fibers of the paper down a little bit using this great tool. And that seems to be helping me with some of the cracking issues I've had at times. And I'm going to do my little thing here that I like to do. I do want to, because I've decided that I love working on this mat, and I think it's just prettier than the white mat was getting kind of icky. Not icky, but you know, it had a couple of stains on it. It just wasn't coming off. And I like this gray. Anyway, so, but I don't want to do some of the cutting on it that I did on the other one. Self-healing or not, eventually it doesn't heal. Or you have to do conditioning to it or something. So I have little mats. I just need to pull one small one out. So when I do this, I can grab my little rotary cutter again and do that instead of doing this extra step, which is really just, you know, a quick little extra step so that I know that it's pretty. Okay, I'm just cutting along these. And again, that really is all it does. It just gives you some evenness in your corners here. So I always forget that The Sound of Music was always considered a Christmas movie. I don't really think of it as a Christmas movie, but a lot of people do. Hey guys, oh, I've got a great idea. I would love to learn more about you guys. Would you put into the comment box your favorite Christmas movie? I have many. White Christmas is one of my favorites because it was one of my mom's favorites. And it has the song Sisters, which is a wonderful song. I know she always loved that one. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Elf, because it was one of the last movies I took my mom to see, and she really enjoyed it. So I always have to watch Elf, but you know, I really have quite a few favorites. Lots and lots. Try to get this one so I don't get glue over everything. I do think it's interesting how long I've never had glue last as long as this does. And you would think that your glue would not last anywhere near as long as others do, because you're using it so much, but you use so little. You don't need it, because you just don't need a lot of it. So, all right, get these corners down. I'm really just kind of scraping it along. I've been folding these down lately, and I'm going to try my other way again, where I kind of pinch them in, because I don't always like the way they turn out when I don't do that. Pinching them in really just means doing that. This is cute little, I'm just pinching them in so that they don't come over. Everything gets glued down pretty well. So little Brit is absolutely loving his swimming. Almost as much as band. He plays the trombone, and band is his thing. He's been playing, this is his 4th year on the trombone, and he's pretty good. he's pretty, I think, oh, there it is. He's pretty good. So he was going to try it for all district, and he just decided he's got so much going on right now, he did not want the stress, and he's done that before, and I'm going to support that. So, okay, so we already have these little guys cut and ready to go. I'm going to start cutting, and now we have our cover. We are moving fairly quick, especially for me. I mean, anything that you make, it's just going to take some time. I mean, nothing comes together like that. I used to watch these videos, make this in 10 minutes. It does not take 10 minutes. It never takes 10 minutes unless everyone's already done all the cutting and all the other stuff to it. But that's not 10 minutes. So I thought that was very disingenuous. Okay, so I take these bitty pieces and I am cutting them to 2 3/8. So this one, I'm going to cut both of them because I'm probably going to need both of them. And this is the one thing I don't like about the tonic board, because I so often have to use 3/8. I don't need much else, but the 3/8, it would be nice to have that more pronounced. Okay. And then over here, y'all are going to love this. I'm keeping all of these little pieces because I'm going to take these and turn them into tags. They're already halfway there because I've already got the hole. So I have all these adorable little tags almost ready to go. We are definitely scrapping up this project today. This one's already cut. I didn't use that in the last one. I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these down because I'm going to use them in, if not in this one, I'll use them in the next one. So bear with me or fast forward if you would like. This comes together. Like I said, I honestly think this is coming together pretty quickly for something like this. And I'll throw that plug out again. If you're interested in sponsoring Little Brit, aka Griffin's band, for their parade-a-thon, it's kind of like a walk-a-thon where you pledge, basically you kind of pay a little bit for each parade they walk in. Griffin is going to have 5 parades. Some of them are on the same day. So if you are interested in sponsoring any amount, you know, it's per parade. So, you know, if a dollar per parade is $5, or they are doing, they're trying to get some equipment replaced. They need to replace their music stands, and there's no money. There's no money in any budgets for music. And then the kids are trying to raise enough money to go to Disney World to do this really cool thing with one of the Disney composers. It is amazing, and our kids we've got a very talented group of musicians. So that's what they're raising the money for. You can always, I know this is shameless. If you are interested in doing that in any amount, if you want to email me at littlebritandco@gmail.com, and let me know. And then what I would do is ask you to send a check or a money order to the school directly. And lots of gratitude. Lots of gratitude. Because they can't, you know, they can't do these things without, you know, support. All right, we'll do one of those and one of those. Let's figure out how this is going to go. I'm trying to think if I don't know that I need this many. Let's look at this one. So I needed 1, 2. The inside does not get the printed ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I do need 12. So we have the perfect amount right here. I just have to figure out where everything is going to go. I think this is something that I do. You can skip it if you want to. I like to know ahead of time because this is the hardest part, working out where things are going to go. I think it's the hardest part, and maybe it's just me. It's very possible it's just me. So, but I do. This, I know I'm going to have 2 opposites. And I just want to know what I'm doing with those. I love the idea of this one being at the very back because it's kind of a Christmas Eve type thing. I think I'm going to do that one at the back. So that's going to be this and this as the very back. And then at the very front of this one, I use this guy. So I'm not going to use that guy at the very front. I think I'll do Santa's list at the front. And then I will do that on the inside. Santa's making the list to start the month. So I've got, that's going to be my first 2 pages. I like the snowflakes going with this one. This one, I may have to get something else to go with this because I don't love that. Although that might work really well with that one. I could do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like the Santa singing. 7, 8. So as pretty as these are, I don't like them together. I don't know if these are the right size. Let me see. These strips will work. If I want to use some of these strips, they will actually work. Oh, maybe I should do that. I could do... Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Crisis averted. So I have 10, and I'm going to do... I think instead of more Santas, I'm going to put this little guy aside. I'll use him with something else. I'm down to most of them. I'm going to cut this one to go with this because I think those green stripes are going to be nice to go with that one. And then that'll be the end. So I'm going to have these together. Let me cut this one to my 2 3/8. And I still have more left. By 2 3/8. But again, this is such a good, if you've got some of those scraps, they're too big to throw away, but they're really, they're really just not, there we go, enough to do much else with. Now you got something to do them with. Okay, so now I'm going to grab these and, I need to do my, my red papers. So we have some of this left. I'm going to put some of these together because we need the inside of these. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of just the plain red. And then I'll also need a white to go with it. So let me start to see if I can get the plain red, which is going to be another 2 3/8. Yeah. Is that the right size? Oh yeah, that's fine. Just looks funny. Okay. By 2 3/8. Not keeping those. I'm just not doing it to myself. I'm just not. Sounds so pitiful. Okay. Sorry. I crack myself up sometimes. Sometimes you gotta. You just have to laugh at yourself. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get 2 out of this one. Let's see if I get 2 out of it. I don't think I'm going to. No, I'm not. But I'm going to get 1. And put that little piece aside. So up to 3. Hopefully I've got more of this red. We've been here before when I run out of my colors or something. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. This one. Yeah. Did I have one left over? I think I might have had one sitting over. No, it's the wrong size. What are it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more. Let's see what I can find. I might have to cut down that piece if I don't have another one like that. I'm going to put this over here. because I'm definitely going to need some of that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. All right, I don't see any more, so I'm going to have to do this one. It's okay. I was hoping to... Okay. And then... Okay, so I have my innards. Now, the white that goes inside there is going to be 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So let's do 2 1/4. It fits in so beautifully. Okay. Let's do it this way. It's better. 2 1/4. Now again, we're going to need 6 of these. And we're getting there. 3. 4. That's 5. Is this 2 1/4? It is too short, so I need to get another piece of the white. Which I should have. Let me make sure this is the right. Yep. That's the same white. Thank goodness. With that waylay madness. All right, so we have 4. I need 2 more. It's funny how these... Trying to get that straight edge so everything lines up well. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. Here we go. These are great for sentiment, so I'm not going to get rid of those small ones. We're zooming now. Okay, I'm going to give myself a little assembly line here and just put these together. As quick as I can. That's more even than that last one. Okay, let me finish these and we'll be right back. Okay, so these are done. And I'm going to start doing some assembly here.
Yay! Hello everybody, just saying hello.
Yeah. If you all saw my last video where he just said hello, he walked in.
I did that.
He walked in and he tiptoed in.
I did not tiptoe, I just walked in quietly.
Uh-huh. He tiptoed in and then he got right behind me and kind of started scratching my back. And if you watch that very long 2.5 hour video, you will hear me go through the roof. because he scared the bejeebers out of me. And he enjoyed doing that. He enjoyed every minute of it. Didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so at this stage, it's really just about trying to get it on as evenly as possible. And remembering that if it's going to be a little bit uneven, make that unevenness toward the back, because it's pretty forgiving when it's hidden behind, you know, the wire. Okay, so inside, you've got these. And that's so... This is so stinking cute. Oh, I just love these. I hope other people love them. I guess we'll find out. I'm hoping to have about 10 of these ready for the show. But I just... Because I'm finishing a couple of other bigger things for the... This is all part of my paper stash mesh, which is so cool. That is such a cool thing, guys. Really, it is. It is so cool to kind of be a part of that, however that is. Because all you have to do is say, okay, I'm going to do paper stash mesh. And then do something. You know, follow along. This month is 6x6, and then hashtag it. And those cool ladies are going to add you to everybody else who is part of, you know, doing the paper stash smash. Now there's I think 20 ladies who are doing the actual collab, but everybody gets to really be a part of it, which is, I think, you know, really cool. All right. For this one, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to have to get some more. So I am going to go ahead. I always pull this out. And I'm going to do just a little thumb. Not much. I'm actually holding it on both sides. These things shoot. See what I mean? And so I know that this is the one I'm going to be using, and I line it up. This is just my process. So I line it up. This thing is actually in my hair. And then I'm going to bring this in again. Come on. And I'm using what I've already done. Oh, that didn't quite work out there. There we go. So I'm using what I've already done to make the one that goes on this side. So I'm just going to do this. Now these are tough, man. These really need some time to adhere, I think. I like to use mine. See, this one ripped when it came out of the thing. I like to put mine under a bit of a weight as I'm doing stuff, just to give it a little bit of extra time to for the glue to set. Let's see, is that good? That's not bad. So I have this really cool weight right here, and I'm just going to stick it right there while I work on the next one. And the next one is one of these. So that, oh no, I didn't do the back of this one. I need to do the back of this one, which is going to be this side, not this side. They're all so beautiful. And I have to say, it pains me sometimes to glue down the pretty ones, but they're all pretty. It actually, I will say, it actually is difficult sometimes, but I have simply learned to accept that I'm making something beautiful, and You know, you can't have it all. That's really what it is. I can't have it all. I should. I want to have it all. I want to be able to see all the paper. But I can because I'm switching off. That's the other thing I can tell myself. So with these, I kind of switched off between front and back patterns. And I didn't feel like I was losing anything. All right, I'm going to finish filling these pages. And then we'll come back for the cinch. You know, I just realized I've been doing this from so far away. I'm going to do it from close up, and I just made a boo-boo. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you all were here for it. So this is not the page that's supposed to go next. But now it is. So I'm just going to rethink. I don't think it's an issue because these colors all work so well together. So what was supposed to go here should have been another pocket. And I was not paying attention because I was running my mouth. So let's see. That goes there. And so I think that will be just fine. This is going to go here. So, oops, no way. Like I said, I actually hold it on both sides because it's going to give me, it's fairly even as it shoots at me. I just think that's funny. I mean, it literally shoots at me. It is attacking me with everything it's got. Or at least that's how it feels. All right, let me get this one on. And there we go. I think this worked out just as cute. But one thing that, to avoid the mistake I made, you could always go through and just go ahead and glue down these pocket pieces ahead of time before you start putting stuff on them. I think that's actually really cute. I think that is a happy mistake. Sometimes we have those. Okay, there we go. Yes. I put that back over there. This one's already done. So I'm going to add this one. Yeah, it occurred to me that I looked at the camera and I thought, why is it so far away? I bet that's not fun. So hopefully this is better. Y'all can see it a little bit better. I wasn't going to come in, but that early. And then this goes on the inside of this lovely guy. And I'm not going to add a pocket, although I think it would be easy enough to add a cute little pocket. I might add a tuck, but we'll see. For right now, I actually think that these are adorable as is. I just really love this size. I've been wanting to do some kind of an ornament type thing with these little ones, but okay, so we have our pieces together. So it will go like that, and then that, and then that, and that, and that. So cute. Now, I have to decide what we're going to do with this guy. Some of these, they're so cute and they're so full. He's kind of nice. The season's greetings. We could do a little bit of gold in the background. Oh, I'm sure. I've got rose gold right here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I got gold. Huh. That's kind of pretty. The gingerbread house, I would do something different with that one. It's cute. I really like the oak Christmas tree. All right, I think I am going to go with this one because right away I like it. I'm going to move these off. So this is going to be the backing, which needs to be the 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. Oh, sorry. And then that guy will just go straight up in the middle. So stinking cute. Okay. I did not expect to find, what I wanted to do so quickly. So that was nice. That was a nice little surprise. I thought about doing those little extra pieces with the hole in them as the tags on the inside, and then realized I'm gonna do it like this. I don't want to damage that. I think they're actually perfect. Yeah, maybe I will do it that way. Maybe I was looking at something else. It's been a long day. Kids had testing today. Such a long day. Definitely a long day for the kids. Okay. Oh my goodness, I did not mean to do that. My word. Luckily, it comes right off of this. Okay, that's good. Let me get my little one here. That's good. There we go. All right, so the glue goes away. My word, guys. It's just so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to look in here because I have all of these extra pieces. And I think, what do we think? Would that be cute? I think that would be kind of cute. I think I'm completely out of gold. I have white and black. It's all stuck together. There's that one. I don't love the white on there right now. Yeah. I am going to go. That was hilarious. I'm going to go with this one. It's kind of a muted gold. And it actually has more than I need. That one looks actually really small. Is that smaller than this one? Be careful how you put these down. They will latch hold of each other. Okay, how did I do this? This one needs to go this way. Oh my word, I have really tangled this one. All right, 1 minute. I'm going to solve this issue. Want to know how I'm going to solve it? Sure I am. Except that my tool has fallen into the abyss. It's so wrapped up, I just don't even know what's going on with it anymore. So I'm going to do this. I'm not sure I can even get it off now, but, you know, I'll figure that out later. All right, so these are, I do think these are the same size, or pretty close to it. These are pretty close. They're not the same. I don't like this with it. I'm going to see if I can find gold. That thing is evil. I'm putting these away. So I do have, this is basically my scrap of wire. I keep this little jar with smaller pieces that I'm not really using. I know I'm going to need 4 for this one. And I think the gold is going to be the best option. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one goes away. And then, look how cute that's going to be. Okay, on to the cinch. Now I'm going to use my big cinch, mostly because if you use the small one, I'm going to lift this up some because so that we have room to show you. If you try to use the small one, it's going to try to cut 6 sections. And that's why I have all of those 4s left. So I don't love it. I did do a little piece. So I have my little template. I like using this. It's just my thing. I know that you can measure things, and I find this just helps me. I don't want to measure things. I find it to be tedious. So if I do it this way, if I make a little form, then it's easy for me to know what I'm doing. Sorry for the shaking. And cute, cute, cute. So then I'm going to do the exact same thing with this. This is my back. I always do it this way. I line it up from the back. That one was easier. It just didn't have as many. I mean, this one's full of papers. Look, perfect. Okay, so the next one. Now this is the exact size. I'm going to do one of those. And I think what I remember is it's going to line up. I really hope I'm going to line this up properly. Right on the outside of that too. Perfect. So I've got my little, I'm going to do this. So I can go backwards here. There's an acorn hitting my window. So this seems to be lining up just on the outside of that too. And that is one. So that's how I'm going to line it up. Maybe. I get sort of, I really am someone who likes to do this kind of over and over. And it does take longer when I'm doing it this way. Absolutely. It would be smarter if I just put a piece of washi tape. It's not on the two. That's why it is on the outside of that one. I'm glad that I didn't cut it where I thought I was going to cut it. I actually ruined the back of one of my things doing something like that, cutting it where I thought it was supposed to be. But that was incorrect. All right, now I see that it's right on the outside of that line. So that should be correct. Perfect. Oh, make sure I line it up right. And the outside of that line. That's my front. Almost my front. That's my front. And then I have that. And then I have that. Look, we're almost done. My husband will be shocked if I'm done before dinner. The big thing, remember to make sure that your wires are, the open part is flat against the back. Let me move my cinch really quickly out of the way. And let's zoom in. I'm going to turn it around and we have this perfect little ornament piece. And we've got our little opening, Santa's list, making a gingerbread house, singing Christmas carols, decorating the tree, shopping or ice skating, and then opening your stockings. This could absolutely be a tiny December daily. You could do a series of these for that. How cute is that? All right, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed these cute little Scrapbusters. I had so much fun making them, and I plan to make a bunch more. So I'm excited to get started on those. I will see you all next time. Cheers!